and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Deidre V, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my first and second trimester update. So if you are interested in that, please stay tuned. Y'all, let's get right into it. I am currently 28 weeks or 7 months pregnant, and I am due in January of 2024. And so today I'm going to talk to you about my first and my second trimester now that I'm in my third trimester. All right, so first let's talk about finding out. I found out in May of this year, and I that morning got up and took one of those cheap pregnancy tests, the little strip that you dip, the dip strip, and that did show 2 lines. And so I had one digital pregnancy test. So I was like, okay, let me just take this. Since this is showing positive, let me just take the digital and see if this is really for real. I was just in shock, you know. It was such a beautiful surprise. And so I did take that digital test, and it came out positive, and the rest is history. So I'm gonna insert a clip from that day, because I did record, just in case I recorded, that day when I found out. So I will share that clip here. Okay, I just dipped it, put the cap back on it, and now it's processing. So that was me finding out, and I had to just go to work that morning and just work. Like, how do you work when you find that out? When you find out that you're pregnant, and then, of course, I called my husband that morning and was like, babe, I was just looking at this test. I'm pregnant, And he was like, are you sure? They always be in disbelief. Oh my goodness. And later he was still in just, in disbelief and shock as well. Because especially when it's early, you may have experienced, or you may have a friend or loved one who has experienced a miscarriage, because during those early weeks, that is a possibility. So it's a fragile time, it is a scary time, and so you have your hopes up, but you almost don't want to get your hopes up too much, because you know that is a possibility. And so we were both excited, but also like cautious at the same time. And yeah, so later we went to Walgreens and he bought like some more digital pregnancy tests, and we tested some more, and of course it was positive and all that. So I waited a little while and called my OBGYN and scheduled an appointment. Of course they make you wait 6 to 8 weeks before you come in for that first appointment where they do the ultrasound and make sure that it is a viable pregnancy and all that. So I believe I was 8 weeks and 6 days when I went in for that appointment. So that was a long wait, and during that time you just have to pray, and you just have to, just wait. And it's so difficult waiting, because you don't know what to expect. So let's get right into that first trimester. So when I first found out, one of the first symptoms that I experienced was cramping. And that could be from implantation, but it was just so weird, because it was like cramps that you would get during your menstrual cycle, during your period. And so that was strange because you're like, oh, something wrong, but it's not, you know, that's like a normal symptom when you first get pregnant. During those first couple of weeks is mild cramping. It's not like extreme, but it is like mild cramping that feels like period cramps. And so that was really strange. You know, of course, like you're not coming on your period. So, then of course the other major symptom, you know, giveaway during that time is frequent urination. You know, so you're going, you know, and that just continues. It never, like, it's still, that is a symptom that you're gonna experience during your entire pregnancy, is frequent urination. Like it seems like every 10 minutes, like you have to go, and then you're just up in the middle of the night going, and just several times a night. And I was like, what is wrong with me? You know, and then, oh, this video, it might be TMI. So like, if you are watching this video, then, you know, please know to expect, you know, information that is TMI. So, for the next symptom, I experienced tender breasts. So that is another one, like extremely, like just, ooh, don't even touch me. Don't even, like, I mean, just extremely tender breasts. Like, it was just, I was like, is this normal? Like, but it is normal. And then your breasts actually grow. Like, I need them to grow anymore, but they grow in size. So those are like 3 of the main first symptoms that I began to experience. And thankfully, you know, a lot of women experience nausea in that first trimester, but for me, thankfully, mine was not that bad, but I did experience it around week 7 or 8, I believe. And it was for those like maybe a couple of days that I experienced it. It was like, oh my gosh, y'all, I can't see how women go through that for a full first trimester, let alone some people will go through that their entire pregnancy, just not being able to keep food down. But for me, I realized, you know, during that week, it was only for like that week, I realized that if I didn't eat every at least 2 to 3 hours, then I was gonna get sick. And so to avoid that, I was just like, and then one day I waited like too long, and by the time I got something to eat, it was too late. Like, I tried to eat it, and then it was just came right back up. That is the worst feeling. Oh my gosh. So I just thank you, Lord Jesus, that I did not have to experience morning sickness in the way that a lot of people do. And of course, it's not even morning sickness. It's like sickness that can happen any time of the day. What helped me was like eating ginger mints and like peppermint, and just keeping like snacks and just constantly making sure that I was like eating. And then after that week, like, I was good. Thankfully, it didn't last. So yeah, one of the number 1 symptoms that I experienced and that a lot of women experience during the first trimester, fatigue. And I mentioned in my previous video where I announced my pregnancy that my husband and I decided to wait until I was 20 weeks pregnant before we told anyone. So that's 5 months, because I knew that I wouldn't show until around that time. So we waited that long. So during this time, I was going to work, I was like going to the gym. And then there were days where, thank God, the job that I have is hybrid. So we work in the office some days, we work from home or remote some days. And so I was able to just be able to like rest more, you know, being able to be at home and working from home. So I just thank the Lord for that, because I don't see how people do it. I don't see how, like, women should be able to like just take the whole pregnancy off from work. I swear, like, there are so many things that you go through that people don't talk about. Like, they see, you know, the bump and the glow and all of the beautiful things about pregnancy, but they don't see like the negative aspects of it, because there are some. And I'm grateful for every bit of it, because I know that there are those who want to be in my shoes and who are praying for a child, and who are, you know, that's what they're working for, and that's, you know, people who have experienced loss. And so I'm grateful for every symptom, every, you know, experience. But it's not easy. It is not easy. It is not cute. It is, you are growing a human life inside of your body, and it takes everything you have to do that. So back to fatigue. Basically you just feel, and what's crazy is this is a time where you don't look pregnant. You do not look pregnant until you're about 20 weeks. So you're going through all of this, all of like the worst parts. Why? And you don't even look pregnant. So your partner looking at you side-eye like, but you're not even, you know, showing it, you know? But you, like, at that time, so many things are happening in your body, your hormones, like mood swings, and, but that fatigue, like, you don't feel like doing anything. It's like all of your energy is just zapped. And you just want to nap all day long. Like, every time you do something, every time you get up to do something, it feels like you just ran a marathon and you have to take like a 2-hour nap all day long. Like, that's how it feels. That's how the fatigue is during that first trimester. I'm telling you, it's so, I was like, when is this gonna be over? Because I'm used to like going, move stuff around the house, like just doing a lot, going a lot. And there were some times like that I had something scheduled with my friend, my best friend, and I was like, girl, I can't. I just don't feel like it. I just can't go. And then she didn't know at the time that I was pregnant, you know, that I'm going through what I'm going through. And so it looked like I was just like being a bad friend. But because we weren't telling anybody. So, yeah, it was rough. Yeah, and so I already mentioned like your breasts get tender, but also your, okay, again, TMI, your areolas get larger and they darken. And the reason for this is said so that the baby can have an easier time finding them when you're breastfeeding. So that is something that it definitely, yeah. Mood swings. I think I was looking this up when this happened to me, because I'm a pretty level person. I'm chill, like, but when I tell you the mood swings, like, and for me it wasn't like the emotional cry. For me it was anger. I had to like look up, is anybody else experiencing like anger, like extreme, like rage? You know, to the point where I went off on my husband, like, he was like, it was so bad. It was so bad. It was like, man, I didn't do nothing. He was like, what did I do? I snapped so, and it's still like, it's the mood swings and it's still, the hormones, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, And people don't realize like it's the hormones, it's not me, it's the hormones. I'm serious, y'all. You're going through so much because you're thinking about your child, you're thinking about, am I okay? Is the baby okay? You know, what do I need to be preparing for? Like, I need to be listening to this podcast. I need to be doing hypnobirthing, and I need to make sure that, you know, my stress is low, and I need to make sure I'm not lifting, and I need to make sure I'm eating right, and all of these things you have to think about. And you are the one that is responsible. You are responsible for all of this, you know, so it's a lot. Cravings. For me, I didn't really have cravings like that, but I did notice that before I got pregnant, I was a person who could like eat a lot of sweets. Like I could get one of those, what do you call it? Not Nabisco, but like the cookie dough, like the Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookie dough, the one that you just get from the refrigerator section in the store. And you just pop them in the oven and bake them. They're already like pre-done at cutting those little squares, and then you just like cut them apart and plop them in the pan and put them in the oven. I could get those, you know, I think like they come in like a 12 pack or something. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna eat a cookie or two. I could eat that whole thing like in one night, you know. That's how my sweet tooth was before I got pregnant. And then when I got pregnant, I just didn't want sweets, which is so weird. Like, I just was off sweets. Like, I could do popsicles, fruit, and all that, but I just did not crave like ice cream and cookies and like sweet stuff. Now, you know, it's still like that, but like, I can eat it, but I just don't want it as much. I craved more so like meat and like savory foods and stuff. So that's really the only like food craving experience that I had. There's no one food that I really wanted. There was like early on, I did want pickles, which is like, you know, I like pickles anyway. But yeah, there were like a couple of weeks where I was like buying jars of pickles and eating them, which I guess is like, that's a super common food craving for pregnant women. Yeah, like sour stuff. And then I wanted spicy foods. So like spicy noodles, like, yeah, spicy food. So I guess those were my cravings. I had to give up coffee. Now, my husband and I are both coffee drinkers. We love coffee, Starbucks. Like, we just make coffee every morning, summer, winter, whenever. And so I had to go cold turkey on coffee. Even though they say you can have a cup a day, I was like, no. No, and only now have I started like having like a little cup in the morning every now and then, and even then it's like just a little bit with a whole bunch of creamer in it, or like just some decaf. Like even when I started back drinking coffee, it was just decaf, you know, just to get that taste back. But yeah, cold turkey on the coffee that first, you know, for the first 12 to 15 weeks, like, yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for my first trimester. You know, it was just all about finding out and following the pregnancy app where it tells you, you know, what size your baby is, you know, and it's just so tiny. And just going from that to now, the baby's like the size of a cabbage or something. It's crazy. And then I was watching a lot of like 3D animation videos on YouTube of like how the baby grows in each trimester and each week, what's growing, hair and the brain, spinal cord and all that. And of course, you know, taking prenatal vitamins and everything, going to all my appointments. I guess like So that first appointment, they do an ultrasound. And then after that, I think I had another ultrasound at my next appointment. I think that was the anatomy scan. So they do the anatomy scan around week 20. And that's when they look at baby all over to see the growth and everything. And they said the baby's legs were measuring 2 weeks ahead. And I was like, what is she talking about? Baby's daddy's 6'3", so I guess baby's gonna have long legs. But I'm just praying that I'll be able to get to full term, which is 40 weeks. But technically you can have the baby anytime after, well, full term is actually 37 weeks. But to get to like your full pregnancy due date is 40 weeks. I'm not trying to like be early. I don't even mind going over 40 weeks if it's safe, you know. Okay, so I think that's about it for the first trimester. So second trimester, let's see what happened. You get your energy back, that's definitely true. It felt like it was taking a while though. You know, it's not like immediately as soon as you enter the second trimester, but it does happen. You do get your energy back. Shortness of breath, because like right now I'm breathing so hard. I'm just sitting here in this chair and like every time you do something, you can experience this early on, like in your first trimester or second trimester. Like it's just weird. Like I guess because as your uterus is growing, the baby is like growing up in your lungs, everything gets pushed up here. And so, yeah, so right now I'm experiencing shortness of breath. You feel more like yourself in the second trimester, but then that's when your stomach starts growing. And so now it's getting heavy, you know. It's actually, you start to pop, you're starting to show. You know, some people are noticing, they'll be like, is she pregnant? But they're not gonna ask, thankfully. And they shouldn't, you know. Well, I won't say they shouldn't, it's just that people are more cautious now because they know, you know, that it's just a sensitive topic. And some people have experienced loss. Some people may be trying to get pregnant. So you don't really want to ask that unless you like know for sure or it's like completely obvious. And even then it's like, you have to be careful. My skin has definitely improved. I would definitely say like I have that pregnancy glow. My weight, it's weird. Like my weight has been pretty much the same throughout my entire pregnancy. And I think that's because starting out, I was already considered overweight or obese for my height. And so they don't expect me to gain any more than like 10 to 15 pounds throughout my entire pregnancy. But like literally my weight when I got pregnant and my weight now is pretty much the same. So I guess I've like, even though baby weighs about 2 pounds now, I think. Like as your body is growing, other stuff starts contributing to your weight, like the placenta and like the amniotic fluid and, you know, everything. So your blood volume, all this stuff. Now I can feel the baby move, which is like something I was looking forward to. I think that started around week 24, something like that, 23 or 24. And at first it was just a little flutter. And then now it's getting more and more. And now baby has like patterns of when they move. So that it's been really interesting. It's such a, the feeling is not a feeling that I expected. So it's like, you know that you're gonna feel baby move eventually, but the feeling of their movement is something that it's just kind of strange, because it's not like, I don't know, I just don't know how to explain it. It's just not what you expected. Yeah, so now I can feel baby moving more, especially at night. So, well, baby moves throughout the day, but now I can like touch when baby is moving, and baby will respond with a kick. Or when I sit at work a lot, so when I'm just sitting there, sometimes it'll be like, and now I can actually see my stomach moving when baby moves. And now my husband can see baby move. And sometimes I'm like, baby, come here, put your hand right here, put your hand right here. And he's like, oh my goodness. And then now he can see baby moving in my stomach, because you can actually see it. Like, it's so beautiful and strange and weird. And then especially when you lay down at night, because I guess they say during the day, when you're walking around, moving around and everything, that kind of lulls baby to sleep. And then at night when you lay still, then that's when baby is up, just sometimes it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. It's just, or as soon as I lay down at night, you know, baby will get to moving. Oh, one of the things that I've had to get used to is like, you can't sleep on your back. Can't sleep on your stomach. Of course you can't sleep on your stomach. After a certain point. And they say it's like best to sleep on your left side. So it's just like, it's so hard because you flip it back and forth. And now my husband got me the body pillow, so I'm just hugged up on that at night, and it's just me flipping back and forth all night long and going to the bathroom all night. So, and I know for a fact that this is the Lord's way of preparing you to be up in the middle of the night taking care of that baby, because you're gonna be up every 2 to 3 hours anyway going to the bathroom. So it wakes you up. You have to get up and go to the bathroom. That's been like the strangest thing about being pregnant, is like, just, you're constantly awake, even at night. Like, you never get a full uninterrupted 8 hours of sleep anymore. So I feel like that's the Lord's way of preparing me to be ready to get up in the middle of the night to take care of baby. Oh, this is something that I experienced before I started feeling baby move, and it's round ligament pain. I was so concerned about that. So it's like right here on the sides, on the sides down here, you'll experience pain, and it's called round ligament pain. And it's because, number one, your uterus is growing and stretching. And if you like get up too fast, or you like doing something where it like stretches that area, it can cause pain. And that was kind of scary, because it was like, am I okay? Something wrong with me? Fine, you know, absolutely fine. Backache and Braxton Hicks. So I was reading on my pregnancy app that around week, I think 25 or something, you can experience Braxton Hicks, which is just like a tightening of the stomach. So sometimes when I'm up and around doing stuff, vacuuming, like just doing stuff around the house, you know, I'll experience that, like that tightening. It'd be like it doesn't hurt or anything. It's just like a contraction of the muscles, like in your stomach, like in your lower stomach right here. And it's kind of like, it's uncomfortable, but it doesn't hurt. So I have experienced that. And then you can experience back pain from just carrying the baby around. So I'm gonna have to get one of those pregnancy belts, which I should have done already by now, but it's like a support that goes like underneath your bump and helps lift it up while you're just walking around and doing what you do all day. Oh, I didn't talk about this. I think this happened, this might have been, yeah, I think it was second trimester. Constipation, girl. Constipation. See, these are the things they don't tell you about when they be talking about pregnancy, like, oh, so beautiful. Constipation, honey. So basically, this can be caused it's just a pregnancy symptom. Like, you may have like iron in your prenatal vitamin, which can cause this. And it's because your digestive system slows down, allowing for more time for the nutrients to be absorbed for baby. So you can get constipation. And so like, that has definitely, I think around like week, yeah, that might have been like first trimester, because I think like around week 9 that happened to me. And then it also happened in second trimester because you have to make sure you're getting enough water and like leafy green vegetables. And really that's the only thing that's gonna help you. Like they have like over-the-counter stuff, but you just need to drink a lot of water and eat some leafy green vegetables and like move your body. And that will help with that. Oh, y'all, I almost forgot this. I don't know how I almost forgot this, but I'm a person that has eczema. And so during pregnancy, my eczema has flared up. Like, I usually get eczema like on my arms right here. But like, as your body is growing and stretching, it can like itch. It can get like really itchy, like your bump, you know, and you just have to like stay hydrated. And I had to like go and actually get a topical cream because my eczema is flaring up, like just on random parts, just like on my sides and on my back and stuff. That is a symptom that I was not expecting. And even like, it's been rough. I think that's pretty much it for my first and second trimesters. Now let me show you my baby bump. And here's my bump. This is my bump. Yeah, so I just started showing them a couple weeks ago. Well, I've been showing them probably since like 20 weeks, but people have just started to really notice now because I can't like hide anymore. I think that's gonna be it for this first and second trimester update. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for our gender reveal video, which is gonna be going up soon as well. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you hit that thumbs up button if you like this video. Click that bell icon so that you can be notified every time I upload a video, and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so that you can follow along this journey with me. And I hope to be sharing more soon. Again, thank you so much for watching. Toodles.